Hi, and welcome to my video on your first observation summary paper. So I'm going to share my screen so we can go through what you're doing for this paper. I am on the assignment on Brightspace, and I just want to share what the expectations are. So this information is taken directly from the syllabus. So you can go to the syllabus in content. It's going to take a minute. In course information, in syllabus, and scroll down to towards the bottom where you see analysis right here of adolescent development project, and you see focus child report, observing and observation summary papers, and you'll see here that's because I just highlighted and copied, and you'll see there's the same information. So now I'm going to go back to the assignment, and we're just going to go through what this is. So you've identified and you've submitted your focus child report. So you've shared with me who your focus child is going to be. Now, taking a step back from that, okay, you have started your field work. You are in your fieldwork placement, and you have identified your focus child. And remember, there's a video about how to select your focus child, and you should be completing hours in your fieldwork placement. If you have not started your fieldwork placement, you cannot complete your focus child report. You can still submit it, just submit it when you start your fieldwork, and you can't do this. So complete this after you've started your fieldwork and identified your focus child. Okay. You are writing all three observation papers on the same focus child. Okay. The focus student, I say focus child, student. Okay. From your field work. So this is a student from your field work. This observation paper is on physical development, peer relationships, and identity development. Okay, so this paper should be 2 to 3 pages, typed double space, standard 1 inch margins with citations in APA format. It should be an essay form. You're going to have 3 sections: the introduction, the observation summary, and the conclusion. So this is what you're going to talk about in the introduction. Again, this is in the form of an essay, the adolescent's first name or a pseudonym, approximately how old they are, what grade they're in, describe their physical appearance, their hair, skin, facial features, body type, height, clothing. What do they look like so that the reader can picture them? Describe the setting. Where does the observation take place? Typically, it's going to be in the classroom. What's the grade level and subject of the class you're observing that this student is in? What's the lesson and topic that you're using for this observation? Okay, and what's the format? Is it a lecture, a discussion, group work, lab, etc.? What's happening in the classroom during the observation? Does a fight break out? Does, a fire drill happen? What's going on? Approximately how long is the class? It is a double period? Is it a single period? Are the periods 45 minutes long? Are the periods an hour long? What furniture, materials, and equipment's in the space, and how is everything arranged? Where does the student sit or work, and who else is present? How many students? How many adults? Do the students work at tables? Do they work at desks in rows by themselves? And then describe the teens' actions, interactions, and reactions to their environment and with others. Provide as many details in an objective, non-judgmental way as possible. Use rich, vivid details that are objective with non-judgmental language, sharing what you saw so the reader can picture it. Then you're going to respond to the following prompts about physical development, comparing what you write to sources from EDS 201. Describe the student's presence in the room, their fine and gross motor skills, and how they demonstrated those skills. Um, are they using a computer? Are they using a pencil? Are they writing in a notebook? Are they manipulating science equipment, or what do you see? What are they doing? Um, how do they move through the space? Their posture, their coordination. What's their energy level and stamina? How do they respond to transition, movement breaks, or the physical demands of the lesson? Are they putting their head down and this way? Are they leaning their head over? Are they slumped in their chair? And then you're going to talk about peer relationships. Again, using information that you saw, and connecting it to sources from EDS 201. Describe the students' interactions with peers. Now, here's the important part. You want to think about with friends, maybe before class or after class. Then with assigned partners, which might be different than their friends, right? They might be assigned a table which with people that aren't their friends. So with partners, with small groups and large groups, they might act one way with their friends and a different way with assigned partners or small groups and a different way in a large group, right? So talk about that. Respond to the prompts about the student's identity. How are they expressing their identity? Do they have a core? Do they have an aesthetic? Do they have, and how can you tell? How does this connect to, do they have a way that they demonstrate their cultural identity? Do they have a way that they, are identifying themselves in other ways? Are they sharing about it? Because remember, we talked in the Florio Ruan article talked about you're observing, but you're also listening and trying to hear what the student is saying. So take in that information, and you can gather a lot. Using what you hear and what you see, what can you say about the student's identity development related to Erickson's theory? As much as you can related to Marcia's theory. You might not be able to say a lot, but you also might be able to. The student comes in one day doing this or wearing this or showing this or having buttons on their backpack, and then a different day in a different way. That's going to show you a lot, right? Whereas the student comes in sort of the same way every day, even in appearance, that tells you a lot. And then conclusion. Why did you select this student? What do you hope to learn again? You already answered that, but tell me again. How does the classroom environment support or challenge the student's physical needs? And how does the classroom environment support or challenge the student's social emotional needs? What do I mean by social emotional? I mean identity development, and I mean their peer relationships. So again, an essay, 2 to 3 pages. This is how it will be scored. Okay, and this is going to contribute to your analysis of adolescent development paper. So I hope this video has helped in preparing you for your um, paper. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Hope you have a great rest of the day. Be well.